Good evening. I'm Senate Republican Leader Trey Stewart of R-Aroostook County.
And I'm House Republican Leader Billy Bob Faulkingham of Winter Harbor. It's our pleasure to join you this Valentine's Day for the Republican response to Governor Mills' State of the Budget address. I'm a lobsterman from Winter Harbor, which is about 2.5 hours east of Augusta. So when I make the trip, I do so hoping we're going to do something great, working together for the Maine people. Here's what worries me. There are too many people down here who think that doing great things means spending more money, a lot more money. Even if it means breaking a promise made to the people of Maine a few years back that we won't spend beyond our means. In fact, Democrats and Republicans agreed that when more money arrives in Augusta than we planned on, we would cut taxes, period. That is missing from this budget. And we have returned to the bad old days where if you send it, the politicians will spend it. That's not right.
I agree, Representative Falkingham. The governor's budget is another episode of spending gone wild. In fact, this spending bill is what's wrong with government. It puts the government first and the taxpayers last. Think about this. While the folks where I'm from in Aroostook County struggle to pay their electric bill, cut costs at the grocery store, and wonder how they will pay their property taxes or the IRS, the governor and her minions dream of new ways to spend more of your money. The goal for this budget should be clear. Maine must be in a place where Maine people can afford to live, work, raise a family, and retire. And this budget moves us in the wrong direction for that dream.
Let me follow up on something Senator Stewart just said. The burden on Maine families is real. The 165% increase in electricity costs is real. $6 for a dozen eggs is real. Inflation is real. But what's unreal to me is that this budget ignores that reality. Are there things in this budget that are important and worthy? Of course. There are things that we will 100% support. Things like nursing home funding, money for the disabled, schools, roads, bridges, and a safety net for Mainers in need. But this budget goes far beyond our ability to pay for it. We are headed down a dangerous road of dependency that will burden our children and grandchildren with debt and disastrous choices when we face the next economic downturn.
Okay, I think we talked enough about the doom and gloom. You sent us here to make things better, not talk about how bad things are. Here's the good news. Things can get better, and here's how. First, limit spending to the limits already set in the law. That means this budget is about $1 billion too high. Second, return all the extra money to the taxpayers through tax cuts. Third, build a budget that protects the safety net and eliminates the hammock. There are far too many people in this state who should be going to work and paying taxes, but they don't. They sit at home. That needs to stop. And finally, make Maine a place where you can live, work, raise a family, and retire.
There's a lot of work to be done to implement the 4-point plan that Senator Stewart just laid out, but we can do it. And I'll promise you this, we will work with the governor, we will work with the Democrats, and we'll work with each other to do whatever we can to pass a budget that puts Mainers first.
Thank you for tuning in to the Republican Response. Now, let's get this done. May God bless you, your family, our great state of Maine, and our country. We hope you have a great evening.